Hi guys, Jonathan Chandler with JChowngolf at Crondon Park Golf Club in Essex, and today what we're talking about is probably one of the hardest drills you can possibly do, but will be the most beneficial drill you do, and this is all about rushing your downswing. So for golfers out there who really absolutely rush the hell out of that downswing, maybe you swing over the top, maybe you dump that club underneath, whatever your natural pattern is starting the downswing, you're going to be doing it way worse when you're rushing that downswing. And this is a move, and this is a drill that Tiger Woods was doing back in the, let's say 2000 era, early 2000, when he was really dominating. It's a drill he said he hated, but it was the most beneficial for him. I can understand why I don't like it. It's a hard drill, but for you out there who want to stop rushing the downswing, there's loads of videos out there on this, but this is the drill. But because it's so hard to do at times, can be easy depending on who you are, is why people don't prescribe it that much, but it does fix this problem immediately. So you really want to be getting on this drill. So really depending on our problem there, whether we're really coming over the top, whether we're really dumping it underneath, really that's always, like we just said before, that's going to be extreme if we really rush that downswing. So we want that gentle change in transition when we're starting, so we're getting the sequencing working properly. We want that lower body to move first, we want the upper body, and then arms, hands, club last thing to go through that golf ball, where if we rush we can get that all thrown out, to where we can work on all these individual little bits of sequencing, but really ultimately if we just work on a good drill just in general for that transition in the downswing, we're going to be starting that downswing properly. Now this, a golfer does this out on tour, Hideki Matsuyama. He does this when he plays golf, which is really impressive, really impressive. But this is all about swinging up to the top, stopping, pausing there for a good couple seconds, and then hitting the ball through there. You can already see how that's, you're not going to rush your downswing doing that. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's a drill where you get the perfect rep for this problem. Absolute perfect rep. It is just, when you start off doing it, it's hard. But here's the thing, why it's hard, because if you do rush with the downswing, you're really going to struggle doing this drill at the start. And that's not because, it shouldn't be because you shouldn't do that drill, it's because you struggle so much with rushing. When we have a drill that gets us where we're actually ideal and really completing our downswing in a good pace, it's going to be really difficult. I always had a saying where if a drill's difficult for you to do, then you should be doing it. And this is certainly the case. I was prescribed this drill for my own golf swing not so long ago, and I struggle with rushing my downswing at times. It's really difficult. So all we do, we get up to the top of the backswing, pause, 1 and 2, and then go. And you can see I thinned it, so it's quite a difficult drill to do, but it's really going to get us in that nice rhythm in our transition. It's really going to get us completing things properly. So we just want to pause at the top for a couple seconds, and then we're making sure lower body is starting, everything else is following along for the ride there. This is for most golfers. This is you and over the top type of swinger. You ought to be focusing on that lower body starting that transition. So I'm going to pause for, in reality it's probably going to be 1 second, in my mind it's going to feel like an eternity. So let's get up to the top, stop, and go. That was a little bit better. Really kind of challenging drill, but you have to do it perfect. There's no cheating in this drill. That's why it's really good. Always best drills, they're always hard. They're always hard. But that is the greatness of this drill, because if we perfect this drill, we're going to be swinging the golf club pretty good. So we just need to get those reps in there. 1, go. That was better. You can see there, once we get the hang of that, it really does fix a hell of a lot of things. We can make this video so long about talking about the benefits of this drill, where really just the simplicity of doing it for really smoothing out your downswing and smoothing that transition out is massive. That's really the main point of this drill, and you can see from there I'm not going to be doing where I'm really rushing, starting that downswing too early. Extremely easy, extremely simple. That's why this video is probably going to be quite short, because it's pretty much proof is in it. It's just got to pause at that top of the backswing and then go down. If really, then you tailor it to your specific problem. So like we said, if you're a slicer of the golf ball, you would stop at the top and you'd be wanting to make sure your lower body is going first and your upper body is hanging back a little bit and then rotating through. If you're someone who drops the club underneath, like myself, you want to be thinking, if anything, upper body, and those hands are getting out in front of you quite fast. So you can tailor it to your specific problem. If you're a slicer, get that lower body starting first. If you more hook the golf ball, you want to make sure those arms are going out first and those hands are getting shot outwards a little bit to help that path go in there. Brilliant drill. Now with this, it's generally just going to have to hit a lot of golf balls, but once you do, Once you hit a good few, you can really get the sense of, I mean, I'll do one without the drill, I've hit 3 now with it, that downswing, that transition's going to be really nice and smooth. Really nice and smooth there. Probably looked like I pulled it from the camera angle, but that was quite a good shot. So you can see there the amount of reps you do with it, and then when you go and hit a normal golf ball doing it, it's going to be really, really nice golf shot. It's going to feel different. You're going to feel like you've got time at the top to where how you could apply that onto the golf course, you could be thinking like you're pausing for half a second type of thing, but in reality you'll probably just be going straight down again, but we won't be rushing it out of sequence. So we go one last one down there, pausing ideally for 1 or 2 seconds, really at the start. It's going to almost be like you're starting that downswing straight away, but then we build up to a long pause. Let's do a long pause here. So this is really how we make this drill quite hard afterwards. Once we get good at pausing for about a second and hitting good shots, we want to pause for, let's say, 3 seconds or so. This is not going to go well, but this is really going to show how we can progress with this drill once we get better at it. And you can imagine if we get to a point where we can hit the ball solidly from 3 seconds from this, rushing that downswing is a thing of the past. So up to the top, we're going to be pausing for about 3 seconds. In reality, probably not. I'm going to probably count a very fast 3 seconds. 1 and 2 and 3. Go. Big thin. So you can see how difficult that drill is. But that's a good thing. If a drill's difficult, we need to practice it. You can obviously see from me for pausing for 3 seconds, I'm not quite there yet. But more practice, of course we're going to get there. Of course we are. So it's surprising how we don't see this drill that often on rushing the downswing videos, but it is the best one. It is the best one because it practices and trains you to do everything. So guys, if you like that video, please like, please subscribe and hit that bell button to be notified every time. Get this drill, stop rushing the downswing.